In today's class, I'll be teaching a transition on how to get from a waterfall into a wild thing. If you'd like to learn the full waterfall flow, make sure you sign up over on my brand new platform, Aerial Yoga Life TV. For today's class, you'll need your hammock at hip height. If you're all set, let's get started. So for this first round, I'm going to demonstrate the transition for you. Be aware that the hammock is going to wrap and press around the inner part of the thigh and then the upper part of the leg as well. So it's almost like the pressure is going to transfer around that top part of the leg. This can cause some bruising, so just be aware, and it can feel a little bit uncomfortable if the surface area of this part of your body is not used to having pressure like that. Make sure you wear tights. You want to cover that skin up. So let's come in. So demoing first, you're going to come into a waterfall pose. So coming into a back belt and then reaching the heels up to the sky. This is our waterfall here. I've got a nice high hand grip. My chin is sort of looking up. So not chin into the chest so much, but just chin sort of pointing towards the toes. From here, you're going to lower down. Let's do the right leg first. So lower down the right leg. It's going to activate the core a lot. I'm going to keep hanging on with my left hand. The right heel is going to move to the back side towards my face, and then I'm going to transfer that weight to the outside of my hip. I look over my right shoulder, bring my right hand to the ground to ground down. Keep hanging on with my left hand. I'm going to bring that left foot to the ground. And you can see the hammock is now on the top part of my thigh, like on the front side. So that's a lot of pressure on the inside of the thigh and the top part of the leg. It can be really sensitive here. Bring that left hand to the ground after you ground down your left foot. To come into wild thing, you're going to open up, so leaning like a side plank onto your left hand and your left foot, coming onto the pinky edge for the left foot. Right hand's going to reach up to the sky. Bend your right heel into your glute, then grabbing for the foot. We're here in a wild thing variation, and you can kick your foot into your hand. The hammock's on the inside of that thigh. And you've got a lot of weight in that grounded lower body. It's the left and foot and hand, so it's not all weight into the inner thigh. I'm also leaning back as well, so my weight is transferring behind me rather than a full side plank. To come out, release that right foot, bring the right hand back to the ground, coming through for a three-legged down dog. Can you get that right foot to tuck the hammock away, and then bring the knees onto the ground to transition out. All right, so let's do that all together. Coming into your waterfall pose. So coming into a back belt first. So wrapping it around the lower back. Nice and strong transition, knees into the chest one at a time as you reach the hands up nice and high. Waterfall pose, stretch those heels up to the sky, flexing through the toes. We're gonna do that right side, so right heel's gonna lower down. You'll feel the core activate and shake. The left foot's gonna come across to that face side, to the back side of that right hammock. Release the right hand, keep the left hand hanging on. Your left foot's gonna turn towards the ground, rotating the hips towards the ground. Right hand lands, being careful of the top part of your leg. Get that left leg to the ground, and then your left hand can come to the ground. So we're in a three-legged down dog here. For wild things, start to transition the weight into the left hand onto the pinky edge of the left foot. Reaching the right hand up to the sky, bend your right heel into your glute, and then reach back, your right hand for your right foot. You start to kick your hand into your foot as you open up through the front line of the body. Let's take a big breath in right here. Wild thing, and a big breath out. Releasing your right hand and your foot. Bring your right hand back to the ground, three-legged down dog. You'll need to bend your right heel into your glute and then tuck the foot on the outside of the hammock so you can press the hammock away and then bring both knees to the ground. Come to kneeling. You can bring the thumbs to heart center. Beautiful. Let's take that to the other side. So left side this time. Coming into a waterfall. So bringing that back belt to the top of the glutes and then leaning back as you bring your weight onto your lower back on the hammock, reaching your heels up to the sky. Beautiful. From here, left heel is gonna lower, feel that core switch on. Keep hanging on with your right hand, that right foot is gonna turn towards the left. Turn, turn, turn. Look over your left shoulder, bring your left hand to the ground. Keep hanging on with your right hand. Wait until that right foot lands on the ground. Get grounded here, and then the right hand can come to the ground. So we're in a three-legged down dog, the left leg is still lifted. So have to turn onto the pinky edge of your right foot, transition weight into the right hand, left hand lifts up high, and then reach back for your left foot, heel into the glutes, as you kick your foot into your hand and open up through the chest. Take a full breath in, wild thing, and a big breath out. Releasing your foot, come back into a three-legged down dog, left hand reaches to the ground, and then bending the heel to the glute, that left leg, so you can tuck the toes around the outside of the hammock, push it away, and then both knees to the ground. Come to kneeling, and take a big breath. All right, let's come back into standing in front of the hammock. So we'll do the right side once more, and then do the left side twice as well. So come on into your waterfall pose, your back belt. So grabbing the hammock around the back, lower back, knees to the chest, one hand at a time reaches on up, and then flex those heels to the sky. So right side again, so we're gonna lower the right heel down first. Keep hanging on with your left hand, start to rotate the hips to the right. The left foot is gonna come to the ground, ground down your right hand, and then ground down the left foot. Your left hand then comes to the ground, you're in a three-legged down dog. Transition into the wild thing by bringing the weight onto the pinky edge of your left foot, reaching the right hand up to the sky, bending your right heel into your glute, reach back for your foot, and start to kick your right foot into your hand as you open up through the chest. Wild thing. Variation. A little different to yoga. We're gonna release the right foot, come back into a three-legged down dog, right hand comes to the ground, and then start to bend the right heel into the glute, flexing the toes to the hammock, so pushing the hammock away, so you can release the leg to the ground and come into kneeling to the ground. Let's start that again. We'll come through for the left side. So once more, coming to stand in front of the hammock, bring the hammock to your lower back, leaning back, use that core to lift the knees up into the chest, reach up nice and high, flexing your heels to the sky. So we're gonna lower down the left foot there first this time. Feel that core ignite, grab on with your right hand, left hand releases, turning your hips to the left. Right sole of the foot's gonna come to the ground in a second. The left hand comes first and then the right foot lands. Then bring the right hand to the ground. So we're in a three-legged down dog. Coming into wild thing, transition onto the pinky edge of your right foot, left hand comes to the sky. Bending your left heel into your glute, grab back for your foot, kicking your hand into your foot, wild thing. Take a full breath in, and a full breath out. Releasing the left foot, bring your left hand back to the ground, back into your three-legged down dog. Bring your heel into your glute, flexing your toes and push the hammock away. So you can bring both knees to the ground, both feet and knees to the ground. Come to kneeling, and we'll start that again. Once more on the left. Coming into your waterfall pose, bring it to the lower back, leaning on back, reaching up high, heels to the sky, flex those toes. Left heel's gonna lower down. Keep hanging on with your right hand, left hand releases. Turn your hips to the left. Your right sole of your foot is gonna come towards the ground. Your left hand lands first, and then your right foot, and then your right hand. Three-legged down dog. Wild thing, switching onto the pinky edge of your right hand. Left hand lifts and reaches back for your foot, kicking your foot into your hand. Wild thing. And releasing the foot, come back into your down dog, three-legged down dog. Bend your left heel into your glute. Flex your toes to push the hammock away. And then bring both knees onto the ground, come to kneeling. And that is your waterfall to wild thing transition. Thank you so much for joining me for your class today. Remember, if you'd like a complete flow using this transition, head on over to Aerial Yoga Life TV to take free aerial yoga classes for 7 days. In it, there's a whole bunch of other aerial yoga and yoga classes. Plus, I also teach live classes there throughout the week. If you enjoy your first 7 days, then you can continue on with a membership. I'd love to see you in there. Until next time, have a beautiful day.